Rumi is the greatest Sufi mystic and poet that he transcends time and space. For centuries, Rumi has appealed to people of different cultures and backgrounds with the language of love. He speaks directly to the heart and is therefore timeless. Rumi, who is one of the most quoted poets in the West, is the founder of a bridge between the Islamic world and the West and forms a common foundation for dialogue with his works.
God said, "Let there be light," and there was light.
And we adorned the heaven of this world with lamps, and we protected it.
For with you is the fountain of life, in your light do we see the light.
Love each other as brothers, be compassionate, humble.
We have given her a sense of love and purity from us. She was very devout.
The prophets came to mankind to set an example of good and goodness. Scriptures were sent to teach truth and honesty. In fact, all the teachings point to one word. That's the only word that's the source of all beauty. This unique word is love. There is no evil in a heart with love. There is no hatred or revenge in a heart with love. There is no radicalism and hostility in a heart with love. Maulana Jalaleddin Rumi called everyone into this word. He took his inspiration from the Quran. The Quran taught him, "You, believers, you are such frank, clear-hearted people that you love everyone, even if who are enemies to you. And you believe in all of the Allah revealed books. Those who believe and do deeds of righteousness, the most gracious, will surely bring about fondest love for them." As a matter of fact, he lived these principles in his life. While Rumi was living in Anatolia, it was occupied by the Mongols. He advised the public to calm because of the Mongol invasion. That's why he was subjected to insults. Rumi chose to get along with them. But he had very advanced ideas in his mind. One of those ideas was that the Mongols would come forward in a completely different line. Indeed, in a verse of the court, he says, "When you look at the Mongols, you see the notorious unbelievers, but I consider them 100 banners of faith." The truth confirming this sentence took place 35 years after his death. Ghazan Khan, the leader of the state, prints and hangs Rumi's poem in gold letters to the Khan's Diwan house. Yes, we inevitably need sounds like Rumi to drown the hard drums of the clash of civilizations. Today, it becomes imperative that we take the time to come together, talk to each other and understand, and find a common basic and reference framework. He not only talked about compassion and tolerance with what he wrote and did, but also signaled how an atmosphere where these values became reality would emerge. Rumi was born in the city of Balkh on September 30, 1207, at a time of social, political and military problems all over Asia. Like God's beloved servants, he was persecuted and eventually forced to leave his country. First they moved to Nishpa, then to Baghdad, then to Kaaba. Then they come to Damascus and Karaman. They settled in Konya at the invitation of Seljuk Sultan, who invites Rumi's father Bahadin Welat. In 1231, with the death of his father, his disciples gathered around Maulana this time. After many years, he met Shams Tabrizi, who visited Konya. The process in which he continued his spiritual journey and eventually became known to the known person with his spiritual depth was thanks to his meeting with Shams. Maulana and Shams have mystical conversations for a long time and become followers of each other. As the two oceans approach each other, two talented and sharp minds come together, so they reach the climax of knowledge, love, compassion and joy. However, after a while, the public will not be happy with the conversation of these two people, and rumors begin. So Shams leaves, one night unaware of Rumi. And Rumi is very upset. He'll take himself to seclusion. In the absence and longing of the friendly Shams, he writes mystical poems.
You went. Separation brings tears to my eyes. My excitement, which is growing at any moment, increases my tears. You're not gone alone, my eyes also went with you. How can I pour my tears when I don't have eyes anymore?
Rumi divine love has now turned into a fire and matured by cooking. As a matter of fact, with the departure of Shams, he started to whirling Sama.
I heard you intend to leave us. Don't. Another lover, you're gravitating onto another friend. Don't. What are you doing in this foreign world, stranger? Which obdurate person do you mean? Don't. Don't steal us from ourselves, don't go to far lands. You admire stolen others. Don't. Oh, moon, the world is devastated, upside down for you. You devastate us, turn us upside down. Don't.
As it is known, Sama is a symbol of one's transformation into reality and love. Dervishes revolve around their hearts during Sama. Just as the planets orbit the sun, they revolve around the sheikh. This also symbolizes Rumi's communication with his divine friend, Shams Tabrizi. Sama begins where the lust is depleted, where self and selfishness end. When Samazan takes off his black cardigan, he embarks on a spiritual journey and rises to eternity. His coin on the head is tombstone of the self. His white dress is the shroud of self. His right hand is directed towards the sky as he prays, and his left hand is facing the ground. This stance is to share the love he receives from God to the public. It is the way he turns around the heart from right to left, embracing all the people, all his creations with love and love with all his heart. Sama is the meditation of emotions. It is an expression of divine love and respect for God. Sama is something new that Rumi has uncovered. It is an innovative approach to achieving God. It is to be one and reach Him by feeling God unconsciously during His return. Rumi is a symbol of tolerance and compassion, in a sense, laid the foundations of humanism in the 13th century. Rumi also prioritizes human love, while describing love and lover in his deep poems, says, love is to be friends, to be united, to understand and to empathize. We don't plant any seeds in this land but love. We don't plant any other seeds in this immaculate field. Rumi's works and perspectives inspired many scholars not only in the Muslim world, but also in the West. For example, Goethe was inspired by Rumi's poems, translated into German, in his work, East-West Divan. Rembrandt was painting two imaginary pictures of Rumi. In the works of Spinoza, Novalis, Hegel, Nietzsche, Dostoevsky, Gabriel Marcel, the smell of Maulana Jalaleddin Rumi was deeply felt. When Rumi said, "Come, come whoever you are," some people would be angry and insulted him. One day one person wrote, "You embrace even the disbelievers. You come together with them. You say come even to the sinners." Rumi read the letter, turned around, and wrote an answer and sent it. In his answer, it just says, "If you come too, I'm opening my heart also to you." There is no stronger communication between people than love. It is not possible for a person deprived of love and compassion to rise and lead spiritually. Rumi gives us a philosophy that gathers all the information and teaches us where to go from anywhere. Rumi also pointed out that faith and democracy can complement each other. To live together in a democracy requires reconciliation with people who have a different faith or who never believe in God, he said. And by inviting humanity to love, he opened his heart to everyone and embraced everyone. And he said, "Come, come, whoever you are. Wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving. It doesn't matter. Ours is not a caravan of despair. Come, even if you have broken your vows 1,000 times. Come, yet again. Come, come." And Rumi commented on his life with the following 3 words. "I was raw, cooked, and then burned." Today, we are here as a sprout of the seeds planted by Rumi. In a world where love is replaced by envy and hatred, we can only come together to lead to the same purpose. Today, the languages we speak may be different, but Rumi says, those who share the same feeling, not who speak the same language, they can agree. That's why we can sincerely embrace you from the heart.
Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Ve la ilahe illallah. Ve la ilahe illallah. أن محمد رسول الله أن محمد رسول الله يا الصلاة يا يا للفلاح Elinde asası dalından, sırtında hırkası deve yününden, sırtında hırkası deve yününden, gözün ayırmazdı Kâbe yolundan, Yemen'in Veysel Karani, Yemen Karani, Yemen'in
عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون أياما معدودات فمن كان منكم ناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصم ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة ولعلهم يرشدون صدق الله العظيم.
Ik kon de heren net niet onderbreken gedurende de stemmenvoorstelling om ook aan te geven wat er nou gaat komen. Ik heb ze daarom dan ook de ruimte gegeven om hun recitaties ook te doen en ook de voorstelling af te ronden. Wellicht heeft u op de achtergrond ook de vertaling van de recitatie net gezien. Dat waren de hoofdstukken, dat waren de versen uit de Koran die betrekking hebben op het vasten. Ik heb Gulsema gevraagd om op het podium te komen, ook voor de vertaling. Nanani, waar ben jij? Jij stelde net aan het begin van het programma een hele mooie vraag. Hoe is die Ramadan nou ontstaan? In deze verse wordt dat uitgelegd, maar Gulsema zal dat nog even in het kort samenvatten. En hopelijk is dat ook het antwoord op jouw vraag. En er is ook nog ruimte om...
Nee? Wat beter? Ja, oké. Ja, anders doen we het even zo. Nou, het is net vertaald uit het tweede hoofdstuk van de Koran. En het ging om de versen 183 tot en met 186. Dat wil ik even voorlezen. Indien iemand van jullie zo ziek is dat hij niet kan vasten of op reis gaat, moet hij dezelfde aantal dagen later vasten. Maar voor degenen die het niet meer kunnen volhouden om te vasten, zoals bejaarden of chronische zieken, is er een compensatie, eventuele uitmuntendheid en goed gedrag. Nou, Nalani, ik hoop dat je een beetje antwoord hebt gekregen op je vraag. Nou, het is eigenlijk, het vasten is een van de pilaren van de 5 zuilen, dus de 4e pilaar. En dit is dus eigenlijk voorgedragen door God, zoals ook aan de is voorgeschreven aan de voorgangers van de mensen van de boeken. En daarbij heb ik het over aan christenen en aan joden. En het vasten heeft eigenlijk al vanaf het profeet Adam bestaat eigenlijk vasten. En dit is zeg maar uitgebreid tot het vasten wat wij in het islamitische way of life kunnen terugzien met het Ramadan. En wat we ook kunnen zien is natuurlijk, het past ook heel erg in het kunst van de samenleving. Dat staat dus ook een beetje in het thema.
Wat werd er gezongen? Had dat de bedoeling om een soort van al half in trance te komen? Dus wat was de inhoud van dat lied en wat was de bedoeling daarmee?
Bunlar üçü de Yunus Emre'dendi. Yunus Emre yaşamış Türk tasavvuf ve şairlerden. Yani insanın mahiyetini gayet güzel anlatan şiirler, ilahilerdir.
Nou, het is in ieder geval gedichten van Yunus Emre. Yunus Emre is de dichter die in Anatolië heeft geleefd binnen de Turks-islamitische wereld.
Birincisinde her şeyin Allah'ı zikrettiğini anlatıyor. Hatta güzel şey ve fi kulli şeyin lehu ayetun tedullu ala ennehu vahid. Yani her şey Allah'ı zikrediyor. Onu tabii o fiilen duyuyor.
Ja.
Evet, duyduğunda bize anlatıyor. Her şey Allah'ı anlatıyor.
Yunus Emre vertelt dus dat elke universum, elke deel binnen de universum eigenlijk alles reciteert naar God. En dat je op deze manier eigenlijk ook al die zieken zijn dus eigenlijk gebeden die tot binnen komen met de Almachtige.
İkincisi ise Veysel Karani'nin bir gene Yusuf'un yazdığı Veysel Karani'deki şiiri, ilahi olmuş şiiri. Habibullah denilen Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem, Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem Cenab-ı Allah'ın sevdiğim, Habibim dediği bir zat muhtemelendir. Çok aşırı sevgisinden o sevgisini anlatan Veysel Karani'nin Resulullah'ı sevgisini anlatan ikinci şiiri de o.
En het tweede gedicht gaat over Veysel Karani. Veysel Karani is iemand die enorm van...
Önce ilim, sonra ilimle amel, sonra ameli yaptığı şeyi sadece Allah rızası için yapmak ve sonra bütün hayatım boyunca çok teyakkuzla yaşamayı anlatan bir.
Nou, de derde, ervaren en voelen. Hij geeft aan dat hij alleen een deel... Rahmetli'nin diyor, semaydan ya alakası var diyor.
Sevan, son ilahi olduğu gibi ilim, amel, ihlas, sürekli Cenab-ı Allah'ın daha yakın olduğu idrakle yapılan bir şey.
Het heeft te maken met het ervaren en voelen van de goddelijke boodschap die eigenlijk is gezonden door middel van kennis. En dat je daarna handelt, dus de handelingen. En dat je daardoor ook het goddelijke weg inkomt. Door ihsan te hebben. Ik weet niet wat precies de letterlijke vertaling van ihsan is. Maar ihsan is eigenlijk wat God de mens toekent aan zijn goddelijke liefde.
Yani bu şiirin aksiyon haline geçişi.
Het is eigenlijk dat we daar niet hissediyoruz.
Tabii Resulullah Aleyhisselam buyuruyor ki vücudun kalp küçük bir et parçası vardır ki vücudun esas genç noktası kalp. Kalpte zaten sevgi, muhabbet, her şeyin merkezi kalp. Cenab-ı Allah da öyle buyuruyor. Kainata sığmam ama bir mümin kalbinin, bir mümin kulunun kalbine sığar. Kalbi pak eyleme amel esasında, zikirle, istiğfarla, tövbeyle ve Cenab-ı Allah'ın tecellilerin geleceği mekan haline getirme ameli esasında.
Nou, hij zegt de binding ga je vooral met de hart aan. Hart is een klein orgaan, een vleesdeel, die eigenlijk heel veel emoties in zich verbergt. En met dat emoties ga je eigenlijk het goddelijke weg op. En op die manier zorg je dus eigenlijk dat je de goddelijke binding met elkaar naar jezelf kan verruimen. En de verruiming ook met anderen kan delen. Waarbij je ook de daadwerkelijke contact en dialoog met anderen kan aangaan.
Letterlijk concentreert hij zich onder het dansen op het hart.
Op het hart, ja.
En nog iets over de relatie tussen muziek en de dans. Is het zo dat een muzikus zich op de danser richt? Andersom, want hoe bepaal je wanneer het afgelopen? Ik kan me voorstellen dat je op een gegeven moment volledig thuis ligt.
Ja. Ten eerste, ik wil even de woordkeuze die je neemt rondom de dans en de danser, dat is het eigenlijk niet. Het is meer een persoon die een vraag is kort.
Misschien kan u straks bij het eten met de grootmeester verder praten. Maar even heel kort, u heeft net alle